My name's Kyla. I live in the upper New York State area around Saratoga Springs, and my story takes place last fall, right as all the leaves had changed, and there was a lake not too far from where I live that I used to like to drive to and sit out on my yoga mat and meditate because hardly anyone else was ever there, and it was absolutely so beautiful and peaceful that it was easy for me to sit on my yoga mat and get into deep breathing in a meditative state. So what happened one day that was truly bizarre and strange, and I still don't understand what the explanation for it would be, is that there was a big cloud of birds, of starling, all moving in the sky together, kind of in unison. So it looks like a big living black cloud, or maybe an amoeba even swirling and diving, and it's mesmerizing almost because it's so beautiful but kind of surreal that all of the birds move in sync so much to appear from a little bit of a distance like a living, single, giant organism. And I was breathing deeply and just watching them, kind of thinking it was beautiful and amazing that they were there sharing this serene, meditative moment. Off in the distance, towards those rolling mountains you can see on the horizon, I heard a boom, sort of like a single clap of thunder, but it was strange in the fact that it was just the one deep resonant boom from far out on the horizon. So it wasn't natural made, I don't think, but within probably 2 to 3 seconds of hearing the boom, then all of the starlings over the lake, thousands of them, just began dropping from the sky straight down into the lake dead. They just dropped, plinking, plunking, one after the other. All of them crashed into the lake and were dead. And it freaked me out so much, and just immediately ran back to my car and got in my car and sped home. And I was shaking because it seemed so surreal and strange. And I watched the news all that night. I kept on looking online, but there never was a news story about the birds dying. And birds dying, I sort of understand because so few people go to that location that maybe no one would know that that had happened except for me. But it seems like the boom was so loud that somebody else would have heard it and reported it. And the strangest part was I barely slept that night thinking about how bizarre it was and trying to rack my brain for what an explanation would be, that the next morning I drove back out to that spot to look around more sort of calmly and look at the birds and see if I could put together anything. And when I got there, which was like 9 a.m. the next day, a little bit after, there were no birds, no dead birds left in the lake. It looked completely normal. Out of thousands of dead birds that had fallen out of the sky, there wasn't a single one there. And that's it. I still don't have an explanation, and that's my story. My name's Kyla from Upper New York State. Thank you.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Then go to yourbesttruestory.com to record your own story. That's yourbesttruestory.com. Thanks for listening.
You got a crazy-ass true story to tell. It could be funny, or thrilling, or creepy as hell. And when you speak, surely none will make a sound. And the world's going breathless when your true story comes around.